What up? It's KP. So, I just wanted to congratulate all the winners in week one of KP's Elite, especially Splooge, who not only beat his team, but he's at the top of the standings. So, congratulations to Splooge. It's a big win, 66 points. I expect nothing but great things out of you. It's going to be a great season for Splooge. So, with that said, let's move into week two. I want to start giving out my picks because week one, I wanted everybody to settle in. There was no standings yet. I wanted to see how these teams meshed together. I wanted to see the blowouts, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. So now that we've done that, I can give some fairly reasonable, slightly guesstimate picks for week two. So let's get started. We'll start from the bottom of the standings up. So we'll start with Josh Gordon's Plug versus TMT. Both are 0-1. Long story short, TMT is stacked compared to Josh Gordon's Plug, which I don't know if that's saying much. Last week, Josh Gordon's Plug lost by 30 points to a team who one of their starters didn't even score any points. So to say that the bench or the roster is stacked for him would be not accurate. So TMT, for example, Hopkins, Des Bryant, Blake Bortles, and on Josh Gordon's Plug, you got Gurley, Melvin Gordon, Gurley, Cam Newton, Gurley. You see where I'm going with this. So, not a lot going on for Josh Gordon's Plug. I expect TMT to pull out their first win this week. Meanwhile, Josh Gordon, his Plug is going to have to wait till at least next Sunday or next Monday. So, moving on to Beats by Ray versus Timothy Thomas. Timothy Thomas came out with the win last week versus Beats by Ray, who's 0-1. The odds are against Beats by Ray. Russell Wilson got hurt, messed up his ankle. He's probably going to play, but I don't assume him to be 100%. He's going to get some extra ankle tape and probably be a little ginger on it because the turnover time plus practice equals no healing. So plus, the overall roster can't compare to Tim Thomas. Basically, it's Tim Thomas's game to lose. I mean, Tim Thomas has A.J. Green, Drew Brees, Zeke, and Michael Floyd, who all performed well the first week. Beats by Ray's got Cooks and Benjamin, who are good players, just not enough, in my opinion, to beat Timothy Thomas this week, who will get the second win. Beats by Ray was going to have to wait till next week to see if he can pull a W. So moving along to Any Given Sunday. Versus ABC, easy as RG3, which is ironic, seeing as RG3 got injured in week one. Oh, the irony. So ABC comes in 0-1. Any Given Sunday comes in 1-0. Again, Any Given Sunday won last week, despite having a player who did not score any points in CJ Spiller, who has now been released by New Orleans, and so on and so forth, and still managed to win by 30 points. ABC is projected to win this week, but in this case, I wouldn't take it to heart. He has Gronk, which is questionable this week. That makes up a big part of anybody's team because during the draft, if you're going to grab Gronk, anybody has Gronk on their team, that means they got it early. And if they got it early, that means they sacrificed other players or better players to get Gronk, because you're not going to be able to, if you get Gronk, you can't get the other running backs and tight ends that you want until other rounds, which will be taken by the time you get to them. You see what I'm saying here. So he has Gronk, but questionable Gronk is not, it's not conducive to a winning team. So it's an okay roster for ABC. It'll be a close one, but I expect Any Given Sunday to pull out the win. Again, because Any Given Sunday's quarterbacks include Aaron Rodgers and Ben freaking Roethlisberger. So, not worried. Probably gonna be another win for Any Given Sunday. ABC, again, we'll have to wait till next week before they see a W, maybe week 3. And then the last game, which I feel like is the marquee matchup of the week, which is Splooge versus Hernandez Hitman. The only matchup this week to both come in 1-0. convincing victories. It's going to come down to how well Luck plays, and Monday night. Let me tell you why. Because Hernandez Hitman will have to rely on his best players or high performances by Carr, Miller, and then have to project the projected points for the rest of the roster. And because Splooge is going to be playing Monday night, he and Hernandez Hitman will not be. So if Hernandez Hitman can pull out the high quality performances from his top guys plus the projected point totals average from his other players, he should pull out the win. But if Corey's, or Splooge's I should say, team does better than average on all their projected points, somebody has a breakout day, and then they go into Monday Night Football with those points, it's all over for Hernandez Hitman. But at the end of the day, it's going to be close Sunday night. Monday night, I feel like Splooge is gonna not by a lot, but I feel like Splooge is gonna come out with the win. So those are my picks for this week. You got anything to say, hit me up on chat, and we'll be talking again come Tuesday or Wednesday about week 2.